Hi everybody, it's Shellie Palmer. This is part 2 of the Journey Collection series video. I thought about this when I was doing my previous testimony video. And the fact that I want to do this is to possibly give you a better understanding, not just of me, but for yourself, as you're going through your own journey in life. When I initially started my journey, I was just coming out of high school and going into college. And if you've seen my very first episode from The Life, the Living, and Love of an Author web series, the very first season, the very first video kind of sheds a little light on that. I went through a lot of things, and a lot of things that have led up to where I'm at now in my life. Everyone's journey is so different from everybody else's, but there's always a common thread in everyone's journey that always seems to appear when I'm talking to someone, or I'm just having that one-on-one connection. I was talking to a lady the other day, and I was at Kohl's, and I was just checking out. And this lady was so sweet and so nice. And she was the cashier, obviously. And we got to talking a little bit, and she was telling me a little bit about her backstory. There wasn't too much of it, but there was a little bit going on. And then she noticed the scripture that was on my purse, because there's an engraved scripture on my purse that came from that was a Christmas gift last year from my mother, and it was something that I had actually picked out, and it was, I can't remember, I'm trying to remember, I think it was 1 Corinthians 13:13, and she had noticed that, and she said, yes, we do. We need a lot of love in this world, and a lot of faith and kindness, because it seems to be gone in this world. And it shed a lot of light on me and where I'm at in my journey, and the journey that started so long ago, and that has led up to my unexpected journey. And very soon there will be a new journey, and I'm very excited about that. And it's exhilarating to me knowing that there's going to be a new journey starting, and very blessed because of that. And knowing that everyone has their own journey and their own expected journey. Never give up on it either, because that's what you have in this world. I remember 16 years ago when I was saved, baptized in front of God, that a lot of things were going to change. I learned to be more patient. I've learned to be more understanding. But I had to practice that a lot. For the simple fact is, at one time I was not very patient and not very understanding, until I was thrown into a lot of situations and a lot of circumstances that were going on in my life or in the lives of other people. It really threw a lot of perspective at me. And so I had to relearn a lot of things that were going on. Learning to accept myself, learning to love myself, learning to cope and deal with arised situations or issues. I was dealing with a lot of drama still. Drama. Oh my gosh. I can get on a complete subject about drama. And I know a lot of you out there are probably one or maybe two people who complain on a daily basis. I could tell you to stop doing that, but it's just going to fuel your fire to continue doing what you do. And on social media, it's very apparent. People love drama. Why is that? What are you getting out of that? Are you enjoying, judging other people? Do you enjoy complaining or whining or bickering with someone? Why is that? Why do you do that? And something else that seems to be playing over and over in my mind for the past couple days was the fact that people who show a little more compassion towards others and a little more kindness sometimes get taken advantage of. That I cannot stand, because I've been there and I still go through that. Why do we put ourselves in those situations? Just take yourself out of it. I know it's easier said than done, obviously, but the fact is, why would you put yourself in that situation? If you're in a situation full of drama or gossip, you want to turn the other way and walk away, obviously. But sometimes you're stuck in the middle, and how do you get yourself through it? You do. You just get yourself through it somehow. I roll my eyes a lot at people who seem to, wanna, tell me what to do all the time, or they think they know what's best for me. And it really irritates me to the point of complete frustration and stress. And I had been under some stress the past few days, and dealing with that. And stress can lead up to a lot of physical health problems, and it can lead to a lot of things. So eliminating stress and eliminating drama. How do you do that? You have to practice it, obviously, and just eliminate a lot of the excessive baggage. Where I'm getting at with this whole journey collection series thing is the fact that I've had drama, I've been through drama, I've I've dealt with people, and I still do. That's just the course of my journey. But now that there are the right people in that journey, including one who has become my unexpected blessing, God love this person wholeheartedly for um, taking this journey with me, and me taking the journey with this person. It really is eye opening. And that silver lining appears, and things just fit in their I don't want to say comfortable, but they're content. There's a difference between comfortable and content, obviously. And so, regardless of where the journey leads you, you're going to go through those challenges, and you're going to go through those situations and those issues. I want to direct this to a lot of the younger ladies out there who are just trying to figure out who they are as individuals. It's hard, especially as a teenage girl. I was once, obviously. It's hard to feel accepted by your peers, but it's even harder to accept yourself and to love yourself for who you are. For me, when I was that age, I had a very difficult time with that. I, was not considered normal to others, especially in school. Um, a little bit about that was the fact that I was in special education classes up until I was like in ninth grade. And in ninth grade, I started taking some classes outside of that, and that's where I started to loosen up a little more and started to feel more like myself, because I didn't want to feel labeled. And if you are a young girl and feel like you're labeled and you're got a status attached to you, know that you are normal and you are beautiful and you are different and unique. You are your own kind of normal. Finding yourself though is hard. And only another woman or another girl is going to understand that and be able to talk to you. It's okay. We all go through it. And once you start to learn to accept yourself, and you can better understand yourself too and know who you are as an individual and as a person. Some of you might already know that. Um, and that's wonderful. But if you are um, shy or you're an introvert like I am, go figure, me an introvert. Yeah, I could be pretty shy at times, but I grew out of that too. And I've learned to communicate with people too. And at one time, I had a very difficult time asking questions. Not anymore. That just was thrown out the window on that note. If something, obviously, if something that I don't understand, I'm going to ask someone to repeat themselves or explain it better where I can understand it. I don't let my disability hinder me whatsoever. And if someone puts that on me, then I'm going to think, okay, I'm not incompetent. I can handle myself at times. I'm very independent. I don't like to feel feel like I have to depend on someone all the time either. But maybe that person cares a lot about you too. So it can go either way. Just, you know who you are and it's going to be okay. I know a lot of you young ladies out there will most likely get something out of this because your journey isn't starting yet. It's it will start when you um, start adulthood. A lot of you might be 18 and 19 years old and you're not sure where your direction is in life. You will get there. You do. That's when your journey truly begins. And that is when my journey began at the age of 18. And that was 20 years ago. And I've learned a lot in that time. I've done a lot of growing up, but I've also learned to loosen up. And I wouldn't say comfortable in my skin, but I know who I am and I feel confident in my skin. There's a difference. If you're comfortable in your skin, then how are you going to um, feel if someone wants you to, I don't know, dress differently? Say if you are in show business and you are wanting to become the next, I don't know, Britney Spears. I don't know. That's just a name I came up with. But say, you're in this position and somebody wants you to dress provocatively. Do what you feel you need to do. Don't listen to the other influences in your life. Some of them have your best interest at heart and some don't. So just know who you are and things fall into place. They do. But you might go through a lot of challenges through that process. That's just part of the journey of your life. And I'm going a little further into it, but eventually. But to you, you are beautiful. You're worthy. Someone does love you. Your parents love you. Your siblings love you. Your family loves you. Family is the strongest foundation um, throughout your journey in life. Regardless, if they bring the drama into it. It does happen. I have drama in my life. I live with drama, but I've learned to deal and cope with it and just go with it pretty much. Sometimes you have to let it go, and it's hard to do that too. It's hard to let go of that. And I see people on social media all the time complain, whine, bicker, argue with other people. Really? Why would you want to do that? Seriously. I don't like drama. I don't like gossip. It's a real turn off for me. So just know that you are wanted by somebody in this world. You are someone special to somebody, to somebody. It really helps to know that someone is there for you and believes in you so strongly and wants to see you do good. That this, like I said, this is part 2 of the Journey Collection series, because the last 2 books that will be written from the book that I'm writing now, which is The Heart and Spirit of a Poet. A lot of that is reflected on the unexpected journey and into the new journey that I'm going through right now. With, I'm transitioning from my unexpected journey into my new journey, which I can't wait to start my new journey. I really can't. I'm very excited about that, and I know that there's going to be a lot of changes in 2017, not just for me, but for the people in my life and for my family. And regardless what happens or wherever it takes me, and I'm looking forward to it. And there's gonna come challenges with it, and all of that will be incorporated into this next book, which is the 6th book in this series. So, and then the last 2 obviously will be, the new journey and what to expect in the new journey. Nobody knows what to expect. But rest assured, everything that happens in my life is incorporated into this series, whether it's through scripture or through poetry, devotionals, whatever it may be. That is how I'm feeling throughout the book or books. And I've said this before. I never intentionally thought that this would be a book series at all, because I wrote my first book not even wanting to even remotely think of sharing it with the world. But then the more I thought about it, I thought, and the encouragement from my best friends, that gave me that nudge and that chance that I could possibly help somebody in this world through what I'm going through, regardless how it's written, if it's in poetry or scripture or testimonies or devotionals. There's something there that people are going to understand in that way or in that sense, knowing it's okay and that they can get through this. So yeah, to all you young ladies out there, if you're going through something that you just don't know what to do, you can always, look to this video and know that someone is thinking of you and knows what you're going through, because I was there once. And I still go through stuff. We all do, from the time we're little girls to teenagers to adulthood. There's a lot of transitioning through those years. And it's the same thing for boys and men, but I'm focusing more on the women right now, because a lot of young girls are looking up to high celebrity figures in show business, such as Britney Spears or Christina Aguilera, to name a couple. There's also who am I trying to think of right at the moment? Who's hot right now in the music scene? Gosh, Meghan Trainor is a very good example. Actually, she knows who she is as a woman. Her music comes across in that. Someone else who I believe is really you just knows who she is as a not just as an artist but as a person is oh gosh, now I'm trying to remember who it was. Carrie Underwood. Carrie Underwood. She 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 and her husband are might be these high profile figures in the celebrity world, but honestly, they live by faith, and they set such a good example towards others in this world, and it's great, and I see that, and I enjoy reading Instagram messages or posts or Twitter comments, and they're really wonderful to read, and sometimes they're even silly and goofy, and we're all like that. We all get like that. But to you young ladies, you're going to be okay. You're going to have those good days. You're going to have your bad days. You're not going to obviously feel great all the time, but when you do, it's a really good feeling to have. It really is. So I'm going to end this video with this thought for you. Stop feeling like you have to live up to someone's expectations all the time. You can't do it. There's no way in heck you could do that. That's a lot of pressure put on you. A lot. Do what you feel you need to do. And just go with it, because it will get to you eventually. And it will physically and emotionally trigger health issues. And on this, pretty much, whatever you hear me say on social media, it might not always be pleasant, but I want to be truthfully and honestly blunt with you, but also encourage you to do your best and just be who you are and stop living up to others' expectations. You can't do it. There's no way. So I will come back with part 3 of the Journey Collection series coming up in a couple months. Hopefully it will be sooner than that, but one never knows. And I'll start talking a little more about the next book that I'm writing right now, which is The Heart and Spirit of a Poet. Thank you all, and I'll see you all soon.